Hi everyone, it's Erica here with the February release from Concord 9th. This release is super fun as always. Concord 9th are, geniuses. And I have here a whole bunch of stuff, which some is actually from the January release, but this one, the modern frame, dies, and the stamp cut are from the February release. And I do have, as I said, I have some stuff from the January release as well, but I've just kind of thrown it all into a big pile and gone a little bit crazy here. And those dies with like the stitching, I love those. So fun. Because, they don't cut anything else, they just add pattern to your paper. And I'm really a big fan of that. And flowers, you know me, I do love my flowers. So, and there's Meadow Blossom stamp set. I cannot wait to play with that one. So nice. And a background stamp, I'm a big fan of background stamps as well. So yeah, and that little fun like splatter stamp in the bottom there would make a really nice little just like detail or something. And this is the stamp that I'm going to be making some cards with today. And the fun thing about the Turnabout stamps is that obviously you can stamp it 1 or 4 times and get very different results. And here is the Forever Flower stamp set, also from the February release. This one will work really well with the Infinity die, Endless Birthday Infinity dies from the January release. So you just cut that out and then you add your flower on top. Easy peasy. Apparently. So I've been told anyway. I haven't actually used that one myself just yet. And this is also from the January release. And this is Becky Roberts, a collaboration with Becky Roberts and Concord 9th to make the little cutie pie purses. This one I'm super excited to get into as well. But again, I haven't actually used it myself just yet. But I will. And I can never resist a rainbow. Big or small? Yeah, I do like those a lot. And hearts, yeah, everybody needs a heart, and especially with Valentine's Day coming up. Even though the man and I don't really do anything for Valentine's Day, I do tend to make him a little card anyway. And tiny tag-along stamp sets, they always work really well on just like a thin strip and heat embossed or stamped up. Easy peasy, just add your sentiment to your card and all done. And this is the January Turnabout stamp, and this is the card I made at Creativation, which is the collaboration between Avery L and Concord 9th. And you can see the ink colors are almost exactly the same as on the back of that card. And here's another stamp set that will work with the Infinity die. So Endless Birthday stamp set. Obviously you can use that on your own or add the pieces and make an Infinity card. And I'm just gonna dig out the Endless die, which is in that pile somewhere again. So there you are. So you just cut those pieces out, and then stamp, or heat emboss maybe even, for a little bit of fun texture. And off you go. And here is the last piece from the January release, which is the Hey Girl dies. I will also be using this on my cards today. And you can see these sentiments, like for reference, I'm using my handset to show you. They are nice and big, so will make a big splash on your cards. And this is something else that I got from Creativation last year. And I like to keep the original packaging for everything. I'm just one of those people. And so you can see the box is a little bit battered, but I'm going to keep it until it falls apart. And yeah, that's it. So this was the first Turnabout toolkit that they came out with, and it came with a Turnabout Jig. This you can buy on its own in the mini or the original size. And if you just need a little bit of help getting started with your Turnabout stamping, those will be a big help. But you can also go to the Concord 9th blog and check out the How to Turnabout tutorials. I will link those down below as well, because they are pretty handy if you're, a little bit intimidated by the whole Turnabout stamp set. So today we are going to be using all sorts of fun and colorful inks, and I have decided, or I thought I decided first anyway, that I was going to be using spring colors. So I'm going to go for all the greens, pretty much. So Melon Ice, Garden Party, Lime Ricky. And then I thought, maybe I will add Grass Skirt as well, because it's probably the most springy of my greens. So yeah, that's gonna have to be the one, I think, just to kind of round out all the colors. So there we are. And then I'm gonna be using Limoncello and Tiara. They are probably, they're very similar yellows from, and these all inks are from Catherine Pooler, but I do really, really like them. And Bellini, I find is it's just a really nice soft coral color. And It's a Girl, perfect soft pink, Pixie Dust, Sweet 16, and I also ended up taking out Party Dress. So here we go, Limoncello, Tiara, and Sweet 16, Pixie Dust just for a little bit darker purple, and as I said, I did in the end actually add Party Dress as well. So now we're going to get into the whole stamping part as well. And these days you actually get a little like guide to get your stamps lined up. So before we used to have to do is like kind of like stamp or not stamp, draw on your stamp just to kind of get that line up. But now they make it so easy. And you don't actually need a Turnabout jig, but as I said, if you're a little bit intimidated and you just feel like you need a little bit of extra help, then by all means use it. And just use a little bit of the removable adhesive to keep your cardstock in place. But I'm going to be using lots of my magnets. And especially my bar magnet, which is a recent purchase. And I really like that one because it's nice and strong. And I seriously cannot wait for the Misty 2.0 to come out because it has that little parking space for the bar magnet. Genius! Just when you think a tool cannot get any better and then she goes and does something like that, you're like, yep, I need it. Faux show. Right, so with the guide, and it conveniently also says this side up, so you cannot mess it up. Seriously, it just makes it so easy. You just place your stamp over the images on the guide like that, and then simply close your lid and pick up your stamp. And off you go. I've started with the leaves here because I wanted to do the greens first. And I cut out several pieces of cardstock, all in 6x6 pieces here. So we're gonna do this in a bit of real time here, just for those of you who are still a bit intimidated by the Turnabout stamps. So we're gonna be dabbing the melon ice on our first set of leaves. Actually, oops, seems like we're speeding up a little bit already. All right, so that's the first side, and you can see on the jig itself, it actually says 1, 2, 3, 4 on each corner. So all you gotta do is remember to turn it in the right direction. And then next color, Garden Party, and flip over, stamp, 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 and there we go. And then number 3, we're going to go Lime Ricky, and we're going to use all the 4 colors of green here for this first one, just to kind of see what it looks like. Stamp, stamp, stamp. Ta-da! And fourth and last turn of this Turnabout. And we're going to use Grass Skirt for this one. And there you have it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Right, so here I'm gonna speed this up and do all sorts of different color combinations. And for the first one, I'm using just Melon Ice and Garden Party to make a really soft springy color. And you can see all the ink combinations that I've used for each one, and I will show them all later on as well. So with that, all 4 of my panels are done with the leaves. So here we have it. That's Garden Party Melon Ice, and the first one was Garden Party and Lime Ricky, I think. And then that's with 3. And finally, the one which has got all 4 colors on them. Right, so now with our flowers, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to place the guide inside the Misty or your choice of stamping tool. And just simply place it over the images. I mean, you seriously could not get any easier. It's just, yeah, it's so cool. And then in goes our first panel, and this is the palest of all of the ones that I've used. So what I've done here is gone for really soft, I say soft, but what I feel are like springy colors, like yellows and purples. So the first color is limoncello. We're just going to do 1 turn of that. And then we're going to flip it upside down so that the yellows are on opposite sides. And then we go back to number 2. So we're done 1 and 3, and then we're going to do, although it seems like I completely forgot to turn it here, but we're going to go back to number 2, and first of all, of course, also wipe off the excess yellow, and then we're going to move on to Sweet 16. And you can see just how quickly the pattern builds up, and yeah, in my blog post as well, I may mention a time or two that basically it is just the limit of your imagination and the size of your cross stitch that will limit how much you can actually get out of these. So you can heat emboss on colored cardstock or use glitter powders or whatever you want. Alright, so on this one we use limoncello, tiara and bellini. And on this one, which has got the darkest green, we're going to use Party Dress, It's a Girl, Sweet 16 and a Pixie Dust. I probably could have done a darker purple on this one too, just to kind of really make them all pop, but I didn't want to go sort of too dark, but oh well, there you are. I can always do another one. So here are the 4 finished panels. Despite using the same tool, I've managed to get some very different looking panels, which is always fun. To finish these off, I have cut out a lot of the Hey from Hey Girl die cuts, and I've used all sorts of different colored cardstock, and these I've layered up together with Lawn Fawn liquid glue. That came out a little bit wrong. I made quite a few here because I really wanted some options, just to kind of see what was going to look good with which background. With these finished, it was time to get my panels back out, and I have used a scalloped die cut on these and then added them to white card bases to just keep it sort of springy and fresh looking. And then I've done my usual puzzling here to try to see which one was going to look the best. And also while I had the Hey Girl die cut out, I also cut out some You and Girl and foliage and flowers using the pattern paper I used for the actual hay as well. And then it was, again, just more puzzling and putting these together with the Lawn Fawn liquid glue tube. And you may see here that I've also kind of gotten back on my sequin craze again, but oh well, you know, who can say bad things about bling, right? And these sequins are iridescent, so they just, you know, like pick up a little bit on the background color and just give it a little bit of sparkle without overpowering the cards, I think anyway. Now with that, all the cards are finished and this video is coming to an end, but I really hope you've enjoyed this and will consider giving me a thumbs up. If you also haven't done so already, please do consider subscribing to my channel because I will try to keep all the content fresh and fun for you. I will link all the products below with affiliate links, and if you don't use mine, please do consider using someone else's because it really does mean the world to us when you shop using our affiliate links. And they don't cost you anything at all, so it's a win-win situation. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon again.